It doesn't matter where you are.
Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order. It's July 12th, 2022, and we're here in our regular meeting. I'd like everyone to stand for the flag salute, please. Salute, pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. I'd like to report out on our closed session. Item 2A, labor negotiations, non-represented employees, Government Code Section 3549.1. The board voted 4-0 to approve the 22-23 salary increases for non-represented employees, which consists of a 5% salary increase and a 2% one-time bonus. Item 2.
Do we need to do a
Oh,
roll call?
yeah.
Okay, so Aaron?
Here.
Sally?
Here.
Andy?
Here.
And I am here.
Thank you, Jamie. Okay, so item 2 was conference with labor negotiators. Information was exchanged, no action was taken. And then item 3, student case number 212201, the board voted 4-0 to terminate the expulsion order and expunge the student's record. All right, so we'll move on to the approval of minutes from our last 2 meetings. Can I get a motion there?
I move to approve the minutes from the last 2 meetings, June 14th and July 6th.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we'll move on to the agenda and consent agenda. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve the agenda and the consent agenda.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All right, this is a roll call.
Aaron?
Aye.
Sally?
Aye.
Andy?
Aye.
And I am I.
All right. Okay, we'll move on to item E, public interest reports and presentation, and Diana's report.
Thank you. So I'd like to begin with appreciation, and tonight I'd like to recognize and thank all the summer school staff who have worked these past 4 weeks during their summer break to support our students. Additionally, the Human Resource Department is commended for their recruiting and hiring 24% new certificated staff. The next item is the 22-23 state budget. Governor Newsom signed the 22-23 state budget package into law on the evening of June 30th. The 22-23 state budget package includes statutory increases to the local controlled funding formula, LCFF, of nearly 13% above the 21-22 funding levels. While CUSD is not an LCFF district, there are other funds that will flow through to all the districts, including one-time $3.5 billion for arts, music, instructional materials discretionary block grant, an increase to the expanded learning opportunities program from $1.7 billion to $4 billion, home to school transportation reimbursement, and funds to expand the eligibility for TK and to lower student to adult ratios 12-1. Other funds included in the state education budget in separate trailer bills is the Learning Recovery Emergency Block Grant. Specific funding by district is not yet available, and budgets will be revised and then presented at the first board meeting in September. The next item is the COVID-19 public health guidance for K-12 schools for the 22 and 23 school year. It was published on June 30th. And the guidance went into effect on July 1, and as noted in the preamble, quote, "This guidance is intended to support safe in-person learning in K-12 schools and mitigate the spread of COVID-19. Disease management strategies in K-12 schools are guided by the principle that safe in-person learning is critical to student well-being and development. COVID-19 is here to stay, but we have learned methods and gained tools to decrease its impact on our health and well-being. California schools can manage this disease in sustainable and adaptive manners. In alignment with the state's Smarter Plan, California will continue to provide resources, including COVID-19 tests and personal protective equipment, to support these goals and prevent broad disruption to allergens and pollutants. The guidance is based on current scientific knowledge and anticipated trends. It is subject to change as COVID-19 conditions can shift rapidly, and a response in schools must remain nimble and responsive to dynamic, challenging in-person learning. Our next item is I'm referring to staffing for 22-23. As you know, it's a challenge for all districts to recruit and hire adequate staff for the next school year. And currently, we are recruiting for the following certificated staff: a district nurse, a speech and language pathologist, 4 special education teachers, a CHS culinary arts teacher, and a CHS physics engineering and CHS math teachers. And the last item is our Measure U update. We have great news. Summerlin School, the framers have finished at Summerlin and reflect fine craftsmanship on the covered lunch area and school entry. Work will soon begin on the upper retaining walls, on site grading and sidewalks. Site utilities are also complete and are waiting for inspection, and the project is still on schedule to be completed by December. CHS Administration Building, the carpeting and hardwood floors are finished and are beautiful. Our new casework has gray tones to match the flooring. The large windows bring in lots of daylight. The finished sidewalks and grading are in progress. The final landscape plans have been approved. Fire alarms are ready to test, and the building is on track for full completion just before the staff and teachers return in August. For the Catalino modernization project, rough plumbing in the remodeled bathrooms is complete, and the concrete has been replaced. This work is on the critical path, and completion of this phase puts the project slightly ahead of schedule. Construction teams work Saturdays and Sundays, except for the July 4th holiday, to ensure that this project is completed on time before students and staff return for the new school year. And then finally, at Main School, work has begun to restore badly damaged exterior painting on the main school, beginning with the multi-purpose room. Fortunately, after extensive testing of the exterior of the site, asbestos abatement is not required. However, the site will need lead abatement, which is much less costly. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Diana. So we'll move on to item 2, public comment on the agenda.
Yes, we have 2. We're going to start with Mr. Nu Kimwala.
Just the button.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the board, Superintendent Rigby. I want to echo your comments regarding the ESY staff at the schools, especially everyone else who's been working, the teachers, the staff, and everyone keeping the district office open. I really appreciate that. I also thank them for updating the district website regarding the special board appointed vacancy for the Summerlin seat. Initially, when I came in February 23rd, I told you I was going to be running for that seat in November. I've put all my paperwork in, so I hope that there's not going to be any confusion or anything like that as your deadline is approaching the end of this week. But with respect to ESY, I'm really wondering if and when we're going to get any enrollment data numbers or any student achievement data resulting from ESY this summer. I'm also, with respect to Measure U in the summertime, I know you said that it was coming on track to be done in December. I don't know if there's a reintegration plan for the Summerlin families to be able to return after winter break, or we're going to postpone that till September of the following year. And also, with respect to the vacancy, will this board be deciding that on the August 9th meeting or the meeting after that one? So those are my kind of 3 questions I have. I'm sure I'm within my time.
Sure, so I can help you out. So we do have a re-entry plan for the Summerlin students and families. During Christmas break, we'll be moving back in, and then when they return for second semester, they'll be in the new building. And the second question was related to?
The ESY numbers and the data that might come out of that in terms of how we're going to measure the success of the ESY programs this summer.
Sure. When the SPED teachers return after their vacation, we'll have the data compiled, and that will be in late August.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the board.
Thank you.
Next, we have Julia Meyer.
Hello, board. I'm here to bring up something that you all know so well and I think is like already dear to your hearts, but I'd love to bring up the conversation, which is how do we get a pool at the high school? I come at this as a parent of young kids. Both of my kids are at Canalino, and my one son, he started in swim team in first grade because he had early access to swim lessons. Billy, who's in kindergarten going into first grade because of COVID, had no access to swim lessons and now really is not able to swim up to any level. The biggest barrier there was that there's no ability for a kid of school age to do swim lessons after school because the pool is closed. Our community pool is closed pretty much for swim team after school water sports. So the only day that he could do swim lessons at our community pool is on Saturday. And it got me thinking, because I'm like a pretty pushy, aggressive mom who's gonna make sure he knows how to swim. But what about all of the people in our community that are not represented by someone like me? If we have more access, like this is a beach town, we have like these amazing water polo players who are just like lighting the way for these young kids, and we have a really incredible swim team for such a small town. So from where I stand as like a mom of a young kids, I just think about how getting a pool on our high school to sort of reduce the bottleneck for the remainder of the community to be using the community pool serves so many purposes, including, I just think about high school kids. When you see a pool right there, you're thinking maybe I could be a swimmer. Maybe I should try swimming. Our pool being like that, it's just off of their eyes and out of their sight. I understand the economics of what I'm bringing up to you, and I'm absolutely certain that many of you have already done like so much legwork here. So I guess really just here to say, put me in, coach. I'm here to do what I have to do to help with this. If it's money, that's one thing. If it's, getting parents to be involved in that, that's another thing. So like I said, I know that I'm speaking to the choir, and I'm so grateful for our community pool. I'm so grateful for our aquatics program. I'm so grateful for third grade swim lessons. We do such a good job as a school district to make sure our kids have access to swimming, but I personally think that the more access that they have to our community pool, for the communities that just don't have that access, like it's really hard to get swim lessons there, and it's awesome. This summer they're doing this swim camp, and it's $100 for 2 weeks, everyday swim lessons. And I only know about it because I'm out the pool 4 days a week. What about like the communities that don't have that kind of information? So again, I'm like crossing a lot of I'm crossing over into city council territory too, but I just wanted to say at the school board meeting that I'm here to represent a lot of parents who would like to help you. I know, I gotta go. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia.
Thanks, Julia. So I just like
Yeah.
one comment there. So we had a coach that coached the Tritons a number of years ago, and he went to Rio Mesa High School, and his mother, I think it was sophomore year, she took it on herself to raise the money to build it, because Rio Mesa didn't have a pool at the time, and she took it on herself, and by his senior year there was a new pool at Rio Mesa High School. So it can be done. But I'm happy to, because I've actually looked into this, so I'm happy to talk to you offline and kind of go over some of the hurdles that I think we would encounter, but it's totally possible.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to F, Business Operations Facility and Warrants. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve?
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item 2, gifts, grants, and donations. First one is a donation from PacWest Blooms to the high school ASP Club, GL 2100, in the amount of $120. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second?
Any discussion? Thank you, PacWest. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, item B is a donation from Kate School to the Aliso After School Program in the amount of $249. Can I get a motion to approve?
I thank Cyrus and Jay and Emily. What a great thing to do. So thank you. And I move to approve.
Second. Thank you so much.
Yes, greatly appreciated. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, item G, personnel summary. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve?
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item 2 is a 22-23 salary increases for non-represented employees. We've already announced this, but I'd like to get a motion to approve this again.
Move to approve?
Second?
Okay, and again, this was a 5% on schedule increase and a 2% one-time bonus. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, item 3 is a declaration for the need of fully qualified educators. I think we do this every year. Can I
Yes.
get a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item 4 is Resolution 22902 for the exemption of the separation from service requirement pursuant to Section 24214.5 or 26812 of the Ed Code. Basically, this says when an employee retires or files for retirement through CalSTRS, the retiree is required to not work for 180 days from initial service retirement. And this pertains to our
Culinary arts.
retirees who can come back and work for us.
Yes, this pertains particularly to the
Culinary
culinary
arts.
arts program,
Right.
in that we've done 3 rounds of applications, and we have no culinary arts teacher, and we're so grateful that the retiree, Mary King Gruner, has agreed to teach at least 2 periods. So we can offer culinary arts 2 to the students who already were enrolled in the first year.
Great.
So we're very
That's very
pleased.
generous of her.
It is, and we're very pleased that she's willing to do that. So in order to make it square with the retirement board, we have to approve this resolution.
Okay.
So thank you.
All right, this is, can I get a motion to approve?
I move to approve with great thanks to Mary.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? This is a roll call?
Aaron?
Aye.
Sally?
Aye.
Andy?
Aye.
And I am I.
All right, thank you. Okay, move on to item H, board announcements. Do we have any? Nope.
Look at me.
Okay, anything for the board calendar, Monica?
I'd just like to remind the board, we have a closed session, a special board meeting tomorrow at the district office, expulsion hearings. And then we have the special board meeting on July 26th to fill out the vacancy for the board,
All right.
also at the district office.
Okay. Any future agenda items? None? All right. We're adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thing you can keep. You know what to do with old tea for 2 and a boy for you, a girl for me. Put 'em in a box.